If you give it enough space, it can certainly shine. And in this case, you know, the rest of LGD's lineup can buy that space. There's just not much else the rest of LGD farm up. Maybe a Blink in the Brewmaster, you know, maybe a Spirit Vessel on the Ember Spirit. That's it. You know, it's not much farm. They can make space for the Medusa. Longinus has to be able to punish that hero. They do close out their draft with the Batrider. So just like Longinus doesn't have an answer for the Medusa per se, LGD doesn't have the best of saves for that. So they have to be a bit careful about that strong initiation. You pull them back and get the sight off. It is really potent. You don't have the Shadow Demon in your side. You don't have a Tusk. You don't have an Abaddon or an Oracle for Purge. So it is a bit tricky there. That does give Longinus a bit of a better way of finding control. The key thing here is for LGD, again, give Medusa space to farm. For Longinus, they have to play fast. They have to really force the advantage while your Necrophos is strong. We've seen a lot of teams sit on the back of the Necrophos and not play aggressive enough. The hero does kind of taper off if you're not careful. Like the damage output kind of and the lasso. You can't leave them hanging around for too long.
No, I definitely agree with that. You definitely gotta make those use those spells off cooldown every time if you're Longinus. It's something we talk about a lot when you're versing these late game sort of drafts against a team like LGD, who aren't exactly going to take much time to farm. Somnus is going to be able to farm very, very quick on this Dusa, especially off the back of FY and X-Nova, who probably will be stacking up a lot for him. Time is going to be of the essence this game for Longinus to try and make something happen throughout the early mid game. Or LGD, no games, just the screen just on standby. Oh, there's Nova.
X-Nova, I love winning. Yep. Oh, we get this too.
Cheers.
No, we get this too. Oh, this is
no. We don't get to play it.
Oh, but we gotta watch it. Okay, let's see how many people don't. Someone just. Oh, that's.
So for anyone that doesn't know what's going on now, there's a mini game where you play musical chairs while there's a pause.
Only 4 of them played at the start.
Well, that's the standard. That's pretty standard, right? Like, no, half the team or half the players just don't want to play. X-Nova. He does love winning.
That he does. That he does. There goes the chat field as well. Okay. Yeah, it's It is going to be that mid-Necrophos. So it's a Necrophos up against a Medusa lane. There are ways for the Necrophos to kind of pull ahead there. You do have to really be cautious about Mystic Snake though. Like, that can really hurt. But otherwise, it shouldn't be too hard for the Necrophos, because as long as you get your last hits, Heartstopper will keep you up.
Yeah. Thing is, how do you deal with the Medusa? That's the main issue here, right? Like, maybe early on you don't have so many issues up against Somnus, but I wonder, like, on that troll, do we see something like a Diffusal Blade being built? Yeah. Is that necessary?
Yeah, I think it is. It pretty much gives you a very easy way to burn through the Medusa and turns her into a non-factor. If beyond that as well, like, you could just disruption spam her, turn her against herself. The damage can be annoying to deal with towards that late game. You have great ways to isolate her as well. Again, you have really good single target spells here from Longinus. The key thing is really Diffusal on troll. Probably not a Battle Fury game at all. So you would want maybe a fast Diffusal into SNY, or even Diffusal Dasher, depending on what Piao wants, but it should definitely be a lot more of an active game for Longinus, because we've seen this before. We've seen this exactly yesterday in the eHome versus the DEC matchup. You know, where one team got the Medusa, the other side had a faster core that decided to farm, and then afterwards you had a Spectre as well. And it's the same story. You can't afford to play a farming game against Medusa. Medusa will take. So Longinus just has to play fast and hard, shut it down fast, ward the jungle. That's where a lot of teams have kind of fell short, just monitoring that jungle farm and punishing it. While the rest of LGD is going to try to make space, just hunt the Medusa. And that's going to be key. Try to shut down Somnus.
Right. Well, while we're waiting, we may as well have a quick look at the EGD. Now they're on the screen for you guys. PSG LGD John 1.02. Longinus sitting at 12.0. That is it's been a very, very long time since I've seen betting on that wild of a swing between the two. I mean, it's just such a big difference.
Yeah,
Some people take
just
risks.
happened.
我是一个没有
I
感情
figured
的
that's
刷
that's
钱
the
机
return,
器。
but lost
队友嘞，
yesterday up against Birmingham.
这波不亏，
I can't even say it was a bad trade, which is it gonna show it was very fast series from RNG. I do like the draft this time. Like a lot of the action was down to a bit of draft for long. First, this round is that like you look at pack games and the close qualifier. I nearly every single one Necropos on. It's a play around Holland. Probably maximum here, but I'll prove.
Yeah, it's it was very rough yesterday. That it's the thing that you can't close as you. No. These guys anyway. You know, worst case scenario, sometimes you just want to kind of see on what scale the difference is between you and a team like LGD or a team like RNG, and yeah, their progression on this. But what would help even more if they just beat LGD this series.
Yeah, and that's the idea, right? Like you want to win, and
Yeah.
gotta climb that mountain here. Longinus, nice to see Moriarty's feeling pretty gleeful. Knowing from LGD giving him the boing back. There you go, Eknova, yeah, do it. Where's the boings? Come on, lads.
Everyone's just sitting there pretty standing still.
Ah.
Nobody wanting to show off their points. No, the only one that we started Moriarty.
Yeah, it's I wonder what he does before though, like on his support build here. Is it gonna be impetus or is he just gonna go straight for the enchant to annoy the heck out of that Beastmaster? And Moriarty as well.
Chat, right?
Yeah, but sometimes the Beastmaster does pull a bit of a tricky one and skips Boar's level 1, and we've seen that a couple of times against the Chen. Impetus does give you a lot more lane presence. Just spamming it is pretty darn good. You want to have that damage early on, while you can kind of afford to drain your mana to 0 or close to it, and then afterwards you get a reset. Probably the kind of thing you're going to be looking for from Xnova, more than likely, although... There you go. Correct.
But,
They don't need him. There you go. Thousands, yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
我是一个没有感情的刷钱机器。
Got the trigger. Someone's planted a big chicken down.
Yeah.
我是一个没有感情的刷钱机
The
器。
steps distortion makes it look a bit more
你打我呀！
than
来
it，should
你
be,
打
but
我呀！
it's a lovely little spray. You would want to spray it in front of your opponent, so for the maximum mental gain value.
Oh, absolutely. And it's over just doing what everyone does in my pub, John, focusing on their own teammates and just tilting them to stare. Not the way you do it if you want to win games, but just LGD, I'm sure they can afford to play around with each other here with these chickens.
Yeah. It's
我是一个没有感情的
So
刷
I
钱
wonder if
机
they have
器。
flags. You know, that's not something we've seen the players drop yet. Like, surely they have a guild for themselves. It is nice to mark territory as your own,
30
Mike.
seconds to battle.
It is.
你行你上你上。
I'm sure they do. It's not showing it right now. That mid matchup between the Necrophos and the Medusa, I don't know how this is out the Necrophos, I've got to say. Like, Longinus, I'm not saying that he's going to be able to force the Necrophos out, but how do you slow songs down this bit?
来打我呀！
Just don't
来
see it
打
happening.
我呀！
The battle begins.
It's a tricky one. You have to be very cautious about your spacing, mainly because of that Mystic Snake, but the Necropos itself is probably not under too severe of a threat. Again, Heartstopper can sustain you quite a fair bit anyway, and as long as you keep finding those last hits, you're pretty fine. Level 1 to 2 is your hardest point. Level 3 is when you kind of have a better time. Somnus should just be pretty okay from the get-go as long as he doesn't cop too many death pulses at level 1.
Even how do you get in range for a Death Pulse up against Medusa? Like, it's like Mystic Snake flies out like that. I don't think that SS is be willing to get close enough on Somnus to dish out damage. Focus on his own CS. Should be a very, very even lane between these two, right? Because the Necrophos will have that instant read anyway every time he gets CS. They'll probably just trade farm for quite a while. Maybe we'll just have a look at the other lane. But we'll see Chalice on the top lane with Nova. You have the Beastmaster there, right, up against the Nova, which in theory shouldn't actually be a very, very easy lane for that Batrider. And also, is this a boss 4 beast?
It does look that way. Level 1 Inner Beast, Fall Things. Never seen that one before. Kind of getting chased down here. Yeah. Yep.
He's dead. He's dead.
No.
Gone. It's over. Yeah, he got the block off. Chalice, he gets the first block. On the side of the LGD, and I don't want to say I've never seen position 4 Beastmaster, because I feel like I've seen it once, like years ago. I don't know
Beast though?
well.
The Inner Beast level 1. Like, your leading partner is a Batrider.
Yeah.
Well,
Old 11. He finds Dodo now on the Shadow Demon. Yeah, I've seen it once, I'm pretty sure, and it did not work out that time. Yeah, big axes up. I don't really know what you can ever do up against Chalice. Like, I thought with the sticky napalm spam they'd be able to, you know, really slow Chalice down quite a lot. They probably will, but what's the point of the possible Beastmaster?
I guess on paper you don't need too much farm. I mean, if you are just focused on roar rather than push potential, you just need a blink down the line, but not as much investment. Like, the Batrider can certainly build up, and you want a fast blink, 4 staff travels. You can invest a bit better in that hero, then transition towards the beast as the game goes on.
Bot lane, F1, they're really trying to focus down this one. Oh, just keep making sure I remain safe on that winter one, and will be the case. F1 have very old moods there as well, apparently. Having a little bit. Good.
Yeah. Like, the bot lane isn't going too bad for LGD. Again, they found that kill. They are somewhat keeping that troll in check. Like, Old 11 isn't too far behind, and Piao has been forced to really help his support in that aggression. So there's not too much build potential with a troll Shadow Demon as well, which does give LGD a bit better time in terms of just being straight up more aggressive.
Top lane, flat, spend it trying to make a play onto, I believe it was Chalice. He just is perfectly fine with that. X-Nova was around, of course, using that impetus to force them back, and
spared you future loss.
now this off block's not really doing too much. Not yet, anyway. They are trying. It is hard as well, right? Like, you got that Firefly sneaky napalm, but the problem is the Ember's gonna have Flame Guard available, and you have a block a significant amount of magic damage out. Even with the well, they're magic damage now, so Alice should just be able to avoid the damage coming in anyway.
Yeah, it's really not the best of times. Like, even now, a Batrider's all out of mana. Like, has to expend Mango, but you tend to see Batriders at this point look for a reset as a portal. he can't afford to reset. So he's just gonna, he varies out clarity. He's got some of that, but how long this will go off for is a different question if you want to stay in that lane.
Yeah, you're just kind of stuck here now. But looking at that mid lane, it is very even, 21 in terms of hits. Which is really to be expected. Again, neither one can really apply so much pressure on the other. But it does feel like it favors Somnus more, right? Like, he's the one who really wants that farm anyway. Of course, the system as well on the Necrophos, but you get my point. And while that was happening, bot lane Dodo does go down on the Shadow Demon once again to ult 11. But you get my point with the Medusa, right? Like, the Necrophos, although it was the farm, is going to be able to do quite as much as the Medusa will be able to.
Yeah, like, it is still a good start for Somnus. I think the key thing is your Necrophos does get a start like this, which is fairly even. You want to use that early start fast, because Necrophos with decent farm at 10 minutes in is kind of has stronger precedent than Medusa. Like, Medusa like farm, but all she'll do with that is farm some more. So you need to be active with the Necrophos to make it matter.
Lane, they try to go onto FY again. He just kind of kites it up here, taking a lot of damage. Can't underestimate that Cinder damage either from 11. It does do a heck of a lot. But you know, just finding out the hard way that they really just can't kill this one. What did him? He lost more HP than FY did.
It's not the best trades for Longinus, as they invest in here.
Yeah, the possible beast monster not really working out too well so far. He does go down, and looks like he was trying to take some XP in that off lane while the Batarang was going to the count for a reset. Unfortunately, he will lose his life in the meantime, and that's gonna make it an Oda 4 for LGD. They haven't dropped one death yet.
Yeah, it's not a massive lead in terms of net worth, but you already see some things pop out very early on Old 11 means that it's going to be much harder to run away once they find a charge. Old 11 should be able to apply a lot more damage there as well.
I mean, they just forced PR back to the fountain. He's going to make the Walk of Shame back up. He actually had a career with a salve on the way, but felt like he beat spot that. If this keeps up, they're going to really start losing quite a bit of an advantage because of that work. Well, right now, top lane, Chalice, he can't get it last, so this would be a pretty big deal, but Chalice will be able to run it away. And there are 7 stick napalm charges on him, but it won't matter. He'll TP to the fountain, get a reset, and run it back.
Yeah, I mean, I get why you're kind of forced to do that, just to maybe try to go for a gambit kill or force some kill use, but that's the first last, but it's not going to be up.
They do end up running a bot lane, so first kill for Longinus, now board. Dodo the one to pick that up with the Shadow Poison. It's a bit of good news here for Longinus. We're on a bit of a dry spell with kills anyway, so good news for them.
Yeah, it helps out a bit. It doesn't quite bounce back Piao. He is still behind Old 11 in terms of farm, so he would have liked to get the last instead, but you take what you can get. The biggest thing right now for Longinus is, as we approach the 10-minute mark, none of their heroes are ready to really rotate on the Medusa. So with that bit of early lead LGD has in terms of momentum, Somnus should have secured himself really free space in the jungle to just keep farming.
I mean, he's got the 3 Wraith Bands up on the Medusa now.
Radiant's middle
He's already going to be
tower is under attack.
as it is, and Old 11 is just kind of rotating with Chalice. They're going straight on that Necrophos. Ex-Nova even showing up, and they just collapse on mid, and it's actually going to work. Oh, nobody's TP. Think you may have been. No, everyone really had a TP, just nobody felt confident enough to help. And with that, LGD is just going to confidently take a T1 mid tower with 0 contention.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything they could really do in that point, though. Like, you want Piao to just farm. He has nothing. He's saving it for phase moves. You just use that space to farm up. You sack your Necrophos. You lose the mid tier 1. That hurts a lot more. So you don't have an access point there. You don't have the best of ways to access the jungle that LGD wants. And even LGD, their wards are much less defensive, much more offensive. They've warded the entire triangle in the mid lane of Longinus. So you don't really have a safe spot there. LGD just has your number.
mid lane. X-Nova, he's just roaming around the map now. SS, he's spotted out again. Does have that Ghost Shroud available. Meanwhile, does find FY down at the bot lane, but that was a 3-hero rotation. They may lose the Necropost in the process, and that's not going to be worth the time. It will. Somnus the one to pick it up on the Medusa, and now Dota has been caught out. And probably gonna die here. There's really no surviving this as the Shadow Demon. In fact, they're big more in the Batrider. Has to be careful about his positioning. Somnus just pick up some neutral items while he's there. That's fine. A poor man's shield. Old 11 has to go back and pick it up for the team. Somnus just left it on the ground. X-Nova may die to the troll and does so. Piao, he does pick up another kill on that troll warlord. That'll make it a 3-7. But it's quite concerning that you lost that mid-tier 1 tower so early for Longinus and Chalice. Look how confident this man is. He's just running straight in. He didn't get the chains off though, which is a bit of a... Well, it's a bit of a shame for Chalice, but he won't mind. It's fine. They're still getting all the farm in the world.
That's Longinus really needs to... I'd say they need to go back and play safe. There's just no safe spot. Again, look at the words LGD has. They need to play around the top jungle if they want to find some farm, but they haven't even taken that tier 1. So the map has completely shrunk. Longinus, they probably just need to collapse on top of tier 1 top and play in that jungle area, because you can't play in your own jungle. Too many wards there.
Radiant's bottom
Choking
tower
them out
is
now.
under
Like,
attack.
Piao is getting chased down by X-Nova. It's never good news when the position 5 is forcing your POS 1, who's 3 levels ahead, to go back. It's X-Nova's just, he's just going to control this Radiant jungle very, very nicely now.
Dire's
And
top tower
Longinus,
is under attack.
well, they're
Radiant's
kind of
bottom
going to play the
tower
catch
is under
game.
attack.
Top lane, Frank just first step from FY, and that's going to be the Beastmaster's just dead. 11 now going to rotate as well, and the Batrider really probably has no way out of this. LGD just being careful in case there are rotations. There'll be a mass on FY. This should be a trade as FY does go down, and now Proud does cut in on the troll. He'll try to go after Old 11, gets a nice and snare off, and should be able to secure the kill with the battle trance. However, they have lost the bat. Chalice, what can you do up against 3 heroes? Not what should you get rid of Science, and he will go down. And that actually ends up being a good team fight for the side of Longinus.
Yeah, they've managed to punish LGD, forcing out that movement while they didn't have the primal split. They didn't have it available, and he was trying to buy enough time. He was about 10 seconds off when he died, and Longinus gets some good punishment out. They take that top tier 1, so now they do have space on the map to kind of farm up. This does give Longinus a bit of a way back in. They haven't corrected the net worth disadvantage they have, but they do have an opportunity to at least get farm Piao now.
It'll be very, very important as well. Piao, he's trying to rush that Maelstrom build on the troll, and I mean, we kind of talked about the build as well earlier on. Would he go for a diffusal build here on the troll warlord up against that Deuce? The answer is so far no. Piao get chased down, getting that Cinder Root, really keeping him quite down, and just where to go. He's just going to try and fight tough now. Does eventually die. Just getting caught out of position there. Like, I guess he just feels like there's nowhere to farm, so he has to take the hard farm. Not generally what you want though if you're the POS 1.
Yeah, but he really has no space. Again, bot lane has been, or was completely warded up by LGD. The top jungle is probably your safest bet. If you take that outpost, it just becomes a little bit easier as well. Although LGD feeling confident, are smoked up.
SS gonna get caught out here though. Have the Beastmaster roar around, LGD may feel a bit pressured not to fight. Old 11 was already preemptively committing the split in case he had to. That's the one real thing you worry about, right? If you are LGD, just don't get caught by that Beastmaster roar if you're Old 11.
Is under attack.
As long as that doesn't happen, the chances of losing the team fight are pretty slim right now for LGD. And Old 11 is still trying to find a way onto that high ground right now. So LGD still want to fight. They don't really mind having the Medusa draft. They feel very, very confident.
Yeah.
Down bot lane.
They've got the they've got the Aether Lens on FY, so it's so much easier to catch someone without Winter's Curse. Longinus has to be pretty careful with how far to go out in the lane.
Oh, they just can't. Even if you make him jump on Somnus, he's got the Stone Gaze. So it's just an incredibly hard team fight to take, and not to mention Somnus is level 13. You compare that currently to the level 11 of the Necrophos top lane at FY. Just go for a solo Winter's Curse right now. Piao, rotations are coming in from channels. Piao will try to fight back, but a Cold Embrace is going to save the day for FY for now. But now Chalice doesn't really want to take this fight any longer. There will be a roar in from Old 11. Chalice, he might actually die, and he does. Old 11, he finally gets the split off, but he doesn't really do much damage by himself. I think he may just need to leave. It's not like he comes in. Yeah, they're just losing it. Why and Chalice like that just means you can't go any further.
Yeah, but they still take out Longinus's win condition. You know, they force out the troll. Not quite done.
They get Reaper's Sight. That's enough for Old 11 to go back in now. Somnus does eventually TP up on the Deucer. Looks like they're just gonna get back to farming. Just maybe a bit of a misplay there from LGD. Can't be feeling too good about that.
They did kind of stream in a bit disjointedly. Like, that's very early Winter's Curse from FY. Went straight for it without waiting for the backup to really be there. And that does kind of cost them. But again, LGD is hunting down the win condition of Longinus. It is on the troll. There is no one else that can scale as nicely. Like, Necrophos has a timer. You could argue FS has kind of hit that timer. 16 minutes in, you haven't had best of farm, and further farm is just really going into durability. LGD knows that. They still are buying space for Somnus. They need to play aggressive. They haven't sacrificed their Medusa. Their trades have been wonky, but in the end, you know, you're getting so much farm on Somnus, you don't really mind.
That is very true, actually. Like, Somnus is just having a great little time already at the Manta. Going straight into that Eye of Skadi.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And LGD, well, like you said, they just want to keep fighting right now. Just keep buying the space for Somnus. They do invade that Radiant Triangle, but find nobody walking up the cliff. And well, they'll take the top tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, their mid tier 1 will start being pushed in. But they will come in to defend this.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower.
There are some heroes wrapping from the back as well. If we're going to look for a nice Winter's Curse. Of course, Old 11 will have the split up in about 7 seconds. They are going to start taking the chase on Dodo now, just trying to slow him down. Range chains out from Chalice. He caught the Battle Rider as well. Old 11 now does commit the split. A curse in the background, just controlling up that Troll Warlord. So Dodo will finally die. Other Stone is as well. It does get the Necrophos just before the TP ended, and that'll mean Piao probably will die, but maybe he'll find FY before he does, and he does get him, even through the Cold Embrace. But it won't matter. It'll be a 3-for-1 trade. And now LGD, they can just keep capitalizing on this map.
Yeah, you're at the point where Somnus is ready to just fight. Like, even if he only has basically a Manta, he's ready to go. He joins in with his team. They manage to find the kills. Again, they keep killing off Longinus's win condition. Like, the troll is still not finding anything. He does have that Maelstrom that we saw in effect earlier, but he's going straight for a Yasha into a BKB. So there's nothing that will melt Somnus at all. No diffusal to take away from that shield. It just makes it harder to even think about jumping that Medusa.
It really does seem like they haven't really figured out what they're going to do about that
Radiant's
yet.
top tower is under attack.
I mean, the Maelstrom can do work, but it's, you know, Maelstrom already got nerfed. It's not going to be enough. You don't even have to. No need to pretend. The Medusa is just going to be way too tanky. Of course, once you get that level 25 talent as well, depending on what Somnus feels like he needs, he may actually just go for the split shot modifiers, because he has an Eye of Skadi up so early. It's like, why not? I don't even know if he's going to need that extra mana.
Yeah, it's I reckon not. Again, there's just no way they're gonna burn through it. There are a couple of tools now for Longinus though, like they've got the blink on their Bat Rider, so there is an opportunity to jump in and maybe find a good lasso target. The issue is you don't really have anyone to follow up with you. You don't have highly mobile heroes in the game, and you don't really have a force
Dire's
staff yet.
bottom tower is under attack.
They gotta try though. That's the thing, right? Like you can't drag out this game, not up against Medusa. LGD.
Moriarty.
Yeah, he's trying to take the outpost back for that 20-minute mark, but FY will say no. But Curse, he will die. Up at the top, Flame Young gonna find Old 11 trying to take a boundary rune, and actually Old 11 does manage to take it away. Yao just trying to actually just fight here, but Old 11 continues to slow him down, so the battle trance will be popped, but there is the Primal Splitter coming up. And he denies off that other bounty from the Necrophos while he's there. Just being very, very disruptive on this Brewmaster.
Yeah, it's that gold is so important now for Longinus. Even though it's, you know, it's a bounty in most games, 20 minutes. It's, you don't really think about it as much, but they're so far behind the 20 minutes in that you really would feel that 80 gold per hero. It's just so important, and not even having that really hurts Longinus. Although they do smoke up, they want to play around his blink.
It seems important to do so. Even if you find X Nova, it's just something. They don't really want to commit the lasso for this, so they're going to try not to, but Old 11 shows himself again. X Nova, but still surviving with those double braces. He doesn't really just walk out, does he? No. But now at least he does, and now the roar comes out, but it does nothing. Dono also going down, and the Battle Rider going to be in huge trouble. They will lose him as well. I thought they would just commit the lasso, just get an earlier kill and back off. But they wanted to secure another kill after X Nova, and well, now they don't find anything.
Yeah, they're gonna lose out on the rush as well. They don't really have a way of fighting inside without the roar. I mean, that's a massive loss for one. It's like, yeah, they're pressured to find these kills. They should have used that lasso. They really should have. At least X Nova was still a kill. It's not a big kill, but they would have actually found it. You know, and they don't get anything for the trouble. They lose out in Roche. They still are trying to play that farming game. Like, you look at Piao, does have the Ogre Axe up, still a long way away from that BKB. And even then, with that BKB, you're still going to be susceptible to that Stone Gaze. So even then, it's not going to be a great time. And you look at Somnus. Immediately after the Saudi, straight into the Divine. He's not...
Rider, and immediately the tips come out, even from X Nova, giving the team over the channel. Meanwhile, mid lane, there was a great curse that was set up there for the Stone Gaze Somnus, and they will be able to secure one. Should be two here onto SS as well. They do get an F1 with the double now. In fact, they want a third, so why not? Just go after that Beastmaster who's currently just flying in the air. Be a nice, easy kill for Somnus. And that'll be a tier 2 mid tower to go down as well.
Yeah, it's trying their best here, Longinus. Like, they just have Piao kind of split pushing. It's the best they can do, because they can't really commit to the fight. They will probably have to take a lot of damage on this tier 3, if not lose it outright though. And again, you're not going to be dealing with 2 lives of Somnus anytime soon.
No, you are not. Somnus is happily going to take the tier 3. Doesn't have much mana, but I don't think he minds. You on the minor side have a roar available on that Beastmaster, but Chalice almost finds Bat Rider up top, trying to get that revenge. Another tip to come out onto Chalice. Poor old Chalice, just probably wondering what he's done wrong today. He deserved this. They are still going to find the mid-range regardless, so LGD, they'll be happy, they'll walk out of it.
They're not really able to get much done because the tier 2s are still up. So that's a bit of a blessing for Longinus. Like, they're not going to be bleeding too hard just yet. It's still a very uphill climb right now for Longinus. Like, they have a lot of catching up to do. You look at the farm that's coming out on LGD. Chalice is saving up for his Ags. You know, he's still about 2 parts away in terms of gold there, so still a bit of a build-up, but once that's up, it's going to be so much harder to keep that Ember on lockdown. You look at Somnus, he switched out from the Divine, is going for the Butterfly, so he wants to play it safe, not going to risk it with 1 Divine drop, and that's fair enough. Not as fun, but it is a safer play here for LGD.
The thing is, I don't think he needs a Divine. I don't think he needs a Butterfly. I think he can go high ground right now and take Mega Creep if he really wanted to. No, quite honestly, though, with the Aegis, it's just... They've got no way to get through his HP and mana.
They really don't. And a nice little play from Chalice. He was force-feeding Somnus some
Old 11 just kind of roams around the front lane, does see Dodo and throws out the Cinder Brew again. Dodo does disrupt, it's probably going to be a death for him anyway, as Old 11 doesn't care, he just pops the Brummel's primal split against the X-Note over now, trying to fight with this Battle Rider. And I think the Battle Rider may have gone too far, but he does get his BKB off and tries to go for the lasso, but a curse is there, FY. It won't save X-Nova. Well, actually a nice blink away from that bat, but there'll be reference there from Chalice, and they will secure the kill. He's not the LGD.
Yeah, they did throw out the Stone Gaze as well in Somnus though, so they're not going to have that tool for about a minute. And I'd say that's a minute where LGD shouldn't really force a big fight, but they've got more bodies to throw out anyway, if that is the case though. Still a numbers advantage there. Longinus with his downtime is trying to farm up. Like, Piao is saving up for the Satanic, does have the full SNY and the BKB of course. So, with the Satanic, it's going to be easier for him to try to sustain. It's not going to be as effective, because Somnus already has the Scotty, you've already got the Spirit Vessel earlier from Old 11, so it's not going to be the best for the troll, but he still needs it, you know? It's like you just want to be able to stand in man fight, and the Satanic will kind of enable that.
Butterfly now up on Somnus though. Makes it a little bit harder for Longinus. I don't know if they're gonna have enough time to farm up that Satanic. So I know he needs it, but LG, they're looking to go high ground again. They have the Stone Gaze, they have the Primal Split in about 30 seconds. Might be a bit early for LGD to try this, but they definitely want to give it a shot, it seems. Chalice does TP his way to the outpost. Curse, FY, just jumping in. Nice disruption will get there for Dodo, but Old 11 does follows up with the Cinder Brew once again. Now the Stone Gaze as well. They will be cold and bricks up over 11 in the middle of all this, but he will be fine. Now Piao does pop the BKB, trying to go off to Somnus. Landscape is there on Chalice as well. Reaper's Sight will secure the Chalice kill. Piao just can't get through the Medusa hate people. Maybe he can. He does get on the X-Nova now. Cold Embrace on X-Nova, and Piao, without that battle trap, will not survive. Now, says trying to Ghost Shroud away, but he really just couldn't move in the Ghost Shroud as he was stunned up. He is eventually just going to die. And even Dodo trying to go for a disruption there to maybe find X-Nova, who does die to the illusions. But it will cost him his own life. No buybacks on any of those heroes, and the only one left is the Batrider, who did manage to get FY on the Wyvern while they were taking out Dodo. But you're going to lose enough racks here if you are Longinus.
Yeah, I mean, they still do find a couple of nice kills. It's not enough to really stem the tide. And there's only so much you can expect a solo bad to do here. That repair kit is annoying.
He's going to be frustrating with the sticky part. The repair kit is going to be frustrating as well. Somnus will get through him.
Yeah,
Radiant's
it's been so long too that Stone Gaze is back up for Somnus, so you can't even commit with a respawn. And LGD, when their own heroes are back up, they could just go again.
They don't even need to go again straight away. The Roshan's up very, very soon.
Ah, that's true. Just go
Somnus can, yeah. So might just stay late. Let's go claim the Roshan. He's also sitting at 3.3k gold right now on that Medusa, and finds a pattern. Okay, well that's not.
That's standard.
It's unnecessary.
It's standard though. We see this all the time. You're already ahead? Sure, here, have this level 3 tier 3 Paladin Sword for you. Yeah.
X getting lassoed up again. But Remnants also commit the raw next but that is not going to help their cause. Because again, just so perfect from that wide. Onto the Necrophos, now they'll get started. On to Dodo on that Shadow Demon. They do burst down the Beast Master, but Somnus' Purino of all things ends up going down. Now Dodo ends up losing his life. They are also going to lose the Necrophos, but Piao trying to man fight with that Battle Trance again. Does he actually get anything off here? Not quite. They had a Heaven's Halberd. So Piao has an, well, Reaper Sight will score Chalice on the Ember. That's good news, but still going to lose that Necrophos, and they also end up getting FY. That's quite nice. The Batrider should be able to fly out of there. I guess this may actually delay things in Roshan. In fact, never mind. They are making their way to the Roshan pit.
And once more, Mike, Somnus queuing up the Divine. Just wants it done. He's tired.
It was a bit of a struggle on that high ground. I can't blame him too much. Might feel like he's lacking some damage here. And he's going to have it very, very soon. He's already made a slot for the Aegis, but I'm sure he'll just get rid of his wand. Like Divine. In fact, he even takes the cheese for himself. He's taking everything, Somnus.
Yeah. He's the big guy. Now, and like, you look at Chalice, you look at Old 11, they're actually behind in terms of net worth to the Batrider and the Kroll. So it really is the Somnus show here. A lot of that lead is just on the Medusa. You might as well keep him as protected as possible.
Somnus. You think he buys the Divine out, like, now, Aegis, or do you think he just keeps the gold just in case? Like, it kind of seems like he's just gonna buy it.
Yeah. I don't think he'll save. Not when he has the Aegis cheese. You don't really have anything to stop the cheese from being effective. You don't have a Spirit Vessel on. So, yeah, just there it is. There, it's there. Divine's up. There you go.
Radiant's top tower is under
That's
attack.
it. That's all they want. You have the spell shot modifiers as well. So,
Oh, nice.
ooh, Scotty all over the place.
And those towers, they're gonna really start melting down.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
You got the Aegis, you got all your heroes up, you've got every ult you could ask for. It is time for another high ground attempt at LGD. And X-Nova giving the set. Very, very nice.
Oh.
Up in the Batrider again, trying to find F1. Like he does get cursed up, so F1 is forced to commit that curse, but they're not going to be able to secure the Batrider kill. He does BKB and just walk away here, but Chalice is on the case. And without Firefly, it is very, very hard to get away. That's the Batrider dead with no buyback available.
Yeah. The biggest thing Longinus has been doing is Dodo's illusion spam has been super annoying. Although
Almost going to be cancelled there from Old 11. They do secure the kill on that Shadow Demon. And there's the DD call. I mean, they just understood. They actually contest me for that. That's it.
yeah, nah, it was a good effort. There were a couple of things sticking out from Longinus that was actually kind of working there, but in the end, LGD does come out on top.
Post-match analysis, sir. We can discuss what really happened in this game.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I see red, and it's amazing. Coming through! What the?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
For the twins. Earth's bounty.
Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning.
Invisibility.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.